beautiful day right here. It is a Talk Sport live on your screen. My name is Ramsey Enoch, and of course, we want to take you through the sporting activities for the day. It is, of course, Tuesday, the second working day of the week, and so many things happening, especially the grouping of countries for the African Cup of Nations 2025. A lot of people are saying so many things, and Nigeria has been drawn in a group. I don't know what the group is. I don't know the kind of group that it is. But then, I think some persons, some ex-internationals have added their voice to say, well, this might not just be too difficult. Some said, it might not be a walkover. Some said it will be a walkover. Some said, well, Chile is going to have it more easier than they ever thought of. But then I think we'll talk about all of that today. Then we'll move to the world of transfer. Let's really talk about who is going where and why is the person going there, and is it necessary for the person to leave, because each of these players are sought after and some clubs are really looking for them right now. And of course, I will have my guest join me in the studio this morning. He's already seated and we will be doing sports together. I'll tell you who my guest is, and that's going to be after this break. Stay with us. In fact, we are back right here at It Is Talk Sport on Global Television. As a matter of fact, let's quickly look at some happenings around the world, as I have Ifeanyi Eze joining me. He's joining me. He's right here already. So we are doing it. Talk Sport is all about you. Not more about us, but we are just here to bring you the details and the analysis of the game. Ifeanyi Eze is, I was almost tempted to say Ifeanyi Udeze, but it is Ifeanyi Eze. Is good to have you on Talk Sport this morning, Ifeanyi.
Thank you very much.
The pleasure is all mine. But then let's quickly talk about the things happening from the Nigerian professional football leagues. Some persons are complaining so bitterly about Enyimba, but that's, by the way, we'll get to talk about Enyimba later, because of that's their game. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But then let's move a little bit from there, and let me ask you, which club do you think is the best in England? Don't tell me your club, because if you tell me it's your club, I won't accept that. You know what I'm talking about, fans.
Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning, everybody. If I must be frank with you right now, I will tell you Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Yes.
Okay, you'll tell us why later. So I want to be. You say if you must be frank with me, I'm frank with you right now. So, all right, let's get into the major discussions for the day. Then we'll come back to talk about all of that today, because I know the Liverpool fans are so excited right there now. if you get to where they are now, they are so excited. All right, that's just the beginning of Talk Sport this morning. But then we can't say anything this morning without talking about the African Cup of Nations. group stage. You know, hi, my brother. A lot of people were surprised because people were thinking Nigeria was going to be drawn in maybe with a country that will be difficult. But then I've had some analysts on the show who say, well, whichever group they fix Nigeria, Nigeria is good enough to go. Moreover, that we have a new tactician, the Malian tactician, talking about the almighty Eric Chelle. Well, as a matter of fact, this is going to be his first litmus test, as a matter of fact. But then the World Cup is on the lips of everyone, even myself. I can't take that away because I can't wait to see the Super Eagles, don the jersey and maybe winning the World Cup. Did I say winning the World Cup? You think it's not possible? It's possible, right?
Yeah, it's possible, but I must be honest with you. That will take some time and some years to come. Because the African continent, the way they organize their football, right from the football house to the pitch of play, there's a lot of loophole. And football is a practical thing. It's not an emotional thing. It's not a miracle or magic thing. So it's something. It's a practical thing. It's garbage in, garbage out. It's what you give, you get. So the Europeans, the South Americans, countries like Brazil, Argentina, and other European countries, major giant European countries, they put what they call sincerity of purpose in their football governance. But coming to Africa, here, there's a lot of loophole. So yes, I have that optimism that Nigeria or any other African country may win the World Cup, but not definitely now.
No, definitely no. I think I like that. He's been patriotic, right? Yeah, it's good. He first of all told me, well, if I must be frank with you, the best club for me right now is Liverpool. That was what he said before we got started. And so he's speaking frankly right now. Yeah, you said something about papers and, of course, governance for football. Yeah. It's like that reminded me of what Okocha said when Chelle was coming in. The likes of JJ Okocha, the king of dribbling.
Yes, the magician.
The magician. But one thing about JJ is the fact that the kind of awards that I wanted him to win, he didn't win during his time. I don't know if you that
I think when you say award that he's supposed to win, everybody's mind will go back to 1998 when he was well ripe to win African Footballer of the Year. Now, unfortunately for us, the lovers of dribbling and the lovers of culture, the team was snatched away by the Moroccan legends. These things, well, with all due respect to CAF and in all fairness, JJ deserved that award. But I will not criticize CAF based on there are so many criteria that are factored together before those awards will be given.
I think now you're saying it because Morocco was angry that they gave Nigeria African Footballer of the Year, and also that it was coming back to back. Now that one is sweet me to talk back to back. From Osimhen back to Lookman, then from Lookman I'm still envisaging that maybe Nigeria may still get it.
Yes,
that's my prayer.
If they're angry at this point in time, if Morocco, if they're angry, they should go on. They should go on. In fact, for years, they should go on because the crop of players that Nigeria has at the moment, I would say luck has not been on our side, that we have not won major trophy. But we have good players at the moment. After Osimhen, don't be surprised, Osimhen may come back and win African
Footballer of the Year again.
Or even Lookman. Lookman may retain it.
Back to back.
Yes, he has the potential. Then remember there's Boniface.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Boniface.
Yes, remember there's Boniface.
His movement. Yeah.
So if they're angry, they should go on because imagine Lookman. I think Lookman ranked 8 in
Ballon d'Or. Yeah.
So
that's outstanding.
What are you telling me? So I remember the likes of Mohamed Salah when he won it back to back. I think what's his name? The one from Sadio Mane.
Sadio Mane from Liverpool. Yes, I think sailed from.
Yes. He won it twice, if not, I think twice. So if a Nigerian won it before, and another Nigerian has won it again, it shouldn't be a source for worry. Rather, what I see there is, with all due respect to Moroccans, is envy.
Envy. All right, Moroccans, Ifeanyi said you are envy of Nigeria, but then I think Nigerians are ready to make it happen over and over again. Let's talk about the African Cup of Nations draw that just happened. You know, a lot of people are saying so many things, but then we are going to get the thought of Ifeanyi right here on the show today. And let me just bring you a little brief about how everything really went down. The draw happened, well, yesterday. Nigeria will battle Tunisia, Uganda, and Tanzania in Group C. And some persons are saying, this is going to be a walkover for Nigeria. But then let's begin to walk back memory lane and see how it has happened before. Because as a matter of fact, if you take any country for granted, man, it may not be too juicy for you at the end of the day. The three-time African champions, Nigeria, were handed a tricky draw for the group stages of the 2025 African Cup of Nations tournament in Morocco, lining up in Group C with Tunisia, as a matter of fact, as well as two of the co-hosts of the 2027 edition, talking about Uganda and Tanzania. And as a matter of fact, the draw was held in the North African country yesterday for the tournament, which will be played from December 21st to January 18th, and that's going to be in 2026. Nigeria are the most successful team in the group so far. If you look at Group C, the only country of group that has been the team that has been successful as far as records are concerned in Nigeria and in tournaments played around the world is Nigeria as far as that Group C is concerned. Why am I saying that? Why am I looking at them as the senior team right there? Because they have won the tournament 3 times, 3 times, and of course going for the 21st appearance in Morocco. This is the 21st time Nigeria is going for the African Cup of Nation. Uganda will be competing in their 8th tournament, while of course Tanzania were able to feature 3 times, 3 times. Then Tunisia, the most familiar of the opponents who dumped Nigeria out in the round of 16 of the 2021 tournament, if you remember that, in Cameroon. Well, that is one experience that Nigerians cannot really forget in a hurry. As a matter of fact, if you talk about them, they've actually won the tournament once, and of course home soil in 2024 in their 21st appearance at the Continental Showpiece. Nigeria head into the 2025 tournament as record medal holders in the competition. 68-year history with 16 medals in 20 appearances, including 3 titles in 1980, 1994, and 2013. 5 runner-up finishers. And when was that? That was in 1984. Then you talk about 1988. Then you move again to 1990, then 2000, and of course 2023, which is the latest. If I want to take us through a memory lane of this morning, and of course and it's bronze medal that they've gotten. The Super Eagles lost the 2023 finals 2-1 against host Ivory Coast. If you could remember that. So looking at the fact that the Super Eagles are the most senior in Group C, well, some internationals have actually their view. Let me just let you know what some ex-internationals are saying concerning the group stage, concerning the African Cup of Nations, before I get your thought, Ifeanyi. As a matter of fact, South Africa will be faced, that's Mohamed Salah's captain Egypt, while Ademola Lookman, our own Super Eagles, inspired Nigeria, most tackle Tunisia after the 2025 African Cup of Nations group stage. Draw was made yesterday. Host Morocco will face giant killers Comoros in the opening match of the 24-team tournament on the 21st of December. While the title holders Ivory Coast will on their own part come up against the 5-time winners Cameroon. In fact, Cameroon is not joking at all. You know, these guys, when they come with that their body hug jersey. And as a matter of fact, I could remember one time that they came with that jersey. That of course they say, oh, well, this woman I can't show muscle. So
that was Mali 2002.
That's Mali 2002. 2002. So Sudan, a country ripped by civil war, as a matter of fact, will draw with Algeria, and the clash of Senegal and the Democratic Republic of Congo is set to be another group stage highlight again. All right, let's get your thought before I actually bring up the thought of some of our ex-internationals, because you are live here in the studio. Your thought will be taken first before we go to what their own thought is. So looking at this group stage where Nigeria found themselves right now, what do you think of Nigeria getting out of this group stage? Then it is not just getting out of the group stage. What about the knockout stage? You know how severe and how tricky and how that part makes people's heart beat. So what's your thought about this whole grouping in the 2025 African Cup of Nations coming up?
All right. The thing is there. The like when they were going on with the draw yesterday, a lot of Nigerians, they were praying. Everybody was Nigeria. They shouldn't get Nigeria into grip of death or all this giant. Excuse me. So, but what happened is this: the moment they announced Nigeria in Group C, so all of us, we celebrated, because yes, in African football right away, African football have grown. So you cannot pinpoint a particular team and say they are underdog. But as long as this particular group is concerned, Nigeria is a heavyweight, going by every ramification. The records, the achievements, the crop of players. So it is a sure bet for Nigeria to come out from this group. It is a sure bet, I can assure you that. Now, that is, we must do our homework properly. I'm not saying it's going to be a tea party. I'm not saying we should go home and rest and sleep. No. We must put our hearts together. But as people going for competition, definitely we should put our hearts together. But if all these things are properly done, then I assure you that it is going to be a cruise for Nigeria. Now, going to the remaining teams, you have Tunisia, you have Tanzania, you have Uganda. These three teams. Tunisia, they have been up there. But in the recent time, they are not forced to reckon with in African football. I cannot really point what they have done or the particular competition they have gotten to semi-final in the recent African Cup of Nations in African football. But okay, if you want to give it to them via record or something like that, you can say, okay, Tunisia. But like I said before, in Africa, there are no underdogs anymore. You see what happened here with the Super Eagles, Lesotho coming here, I think Guinea-Bissau coming here. So even Rwanda or something like that. So there's no underdog. African football have grown. So, but why I choose Nigeria ahead of other teams? Yes, outside being patriotic, Nigeria has the quality at the moment. They have the quality at the moment. If Nigeria fail to achieve anything with this crop of players, then the leadership and the people that govern Nigerian football should be held responsible.
All right, the people who govern Nigerian football, that takes me to what Okocha said. Okocha said he is not happy with the emergence of Chile. But then before we talk about that, let's look at the fact that former Super Eagles captain, talking about Joseph Yobo, feels the team has the potential to win the African Cup of Nations tournament in 2025. Nigeria came close to earning a fourth Afcon championship in the previous edition of the competition before losing 2-1 to host Cote d'Ivoire in the final. And as a matter of fact, former Super Eagles midfielder Mutiu Adepoju insists that the team can actually win a fourth title at the 2025 African Cup of Nations. Former Nigerian international also Ifeanyi, who is your namesake, Ifeanyi Udeze, this time not Ifeanyi Eze, who is here. Ifeanyi Udeze have said the Super Eagles, that Afcon 2025 group is a walkover for them. And of course, Chele, the coach of the Super Eagles, can lead Super Eagles to Afcon glory, according to former Super Eagles forward, that is Victor Ikpeba. Victor Ikpeba has backed the new coach Eric Chelle to leave at least, as a matter of fact, to do everything possible to make sure he gets the winning. The Super Eagles will be looking to win a fourth African Cup of Nations title in Morocco. The West African already know who they will be facing. Now, these are ex-internationals making their speech. But now, let's talk about the coach Eric Chelle a little bit. As soon as he matched, Okocha came out, some ex-internationals came out to say, well, the appointment of Chelle was not okay with them. They were not okay with it. And as a matter of fact, Chelle said, well, he is going to prove a point that his result will show. And of course, you were saying something about purpose just now, and the people in governance who are governing the African football, especially the Nigerian football, NFF especially, should be held responsible. And now he talked about the fact that instead of bringing football sport administrators, I beg your pardon, to be in charge of sport in Nigeria, they bring in politicians to be in charge of sport, and that's the reason we're having the problem that we are having. Chelle is going to lead the Super Eagles to Afcon glory, according to former Super Eagles forward, talking about Victor Ikpeba. What do you think of the pedigree, of Eric Chelle that came from Mali, the Malian tactician who is now the Super Eagles gaffer?
Okay. Chelle is not a problem here. Chelle has the capacity. I watched him during his time with Mali. As the players Mali has, they are not up to the kind of player the Super Eagles has. So, but he was able to use Mali and get to the level they got at the Nations Cup. Now, if you look at Mali, the way they play, their tactical display, their physical approach, which is very vital in African football. We are not Europeans, we are Africans. You understand? So there are some cardinal features that we need to bring out while playing on African soil or playing African competition. Now, Chelle was able to bring those things out. The agility, the pace, the pressing, the attacking pressing that he puts on the opponent, unsettles the opponent. He did this with Mali. With all due respect, I'm not saying that Mali, they are under, but at least if you put everything side by side, you realize that the Super Eagles is a bigger team to the Eagles of Mali, going by one-on-one players and other things. So now, if Chelle can achieve this feat, though he was unable to win the World Cup or there, but if he can achieve this feat, at least if you watch Mali play that during Chelle's period, you can relax and say, okay, this team, they are a good team, they are playing well. Even if there are mistakes or imperfection one way or the other. Now, bringing such man to Nigeria, he has the capacity. If given a free hand. If given a free hand. Now, it goes down to football administration. So that was what I said. That was why I said that Chelle is not the problem at the moment. The problem at the moment is giving Chelle free hand to operate. Now, coming down to the past coaches that we've used in the past, yeah, we had this white man, that, but it's not always about white man. It's about capacity. You may bring a white man that does not have capacity. He may have the color, but he lacks the capacity. And like I said before, football is a practical thing. So if you bring a man that cannot display what he has, that cannot give that can only give what he has, because he can't give what he does not have. So they can only give what he has. He can come up and say, yes, I'm the coach, so some place, I've coached here. Yes, we agree, we accept, we look at you, okay, you're a white man, you do this, you guys own football. But let's see what you can offer, Oga. Let's see what you can offer.
I think I like that. Let's see what you can offer, Oga. You know, be fine.
Let's see what you can offer, the pitch of play. So now, coming to Chelle. Yes, I like Chelle. I want Chelle to handle this Super Eagles.
Okay.
But what I want is this. Let free hand be given to Chelle. So that Chelle...
When you say free hand, what do you mean? When you say free hand, what do you mean?
Nobody should dictate for Chelle.
Okay, my boy must play things you not.
My boy must play. My tribal man must play. My whoever must play. Chelle, you must do this, you must do that. No! My tribal man, my boy may be my boy. My son may be my son, but he's not a footballer. At the pitch of play, we need footballers. We don't need ball pickers. We need footballers. We need people that can, with their move away opponents. With their eyes, see vision, and give passes. We need people with strength. We need people with energy.
And that's exactly what the Super Eagles need.
So we don't need my boy.
So if Chelle bring all these things on board, it means he's good to go.
He's good to go. If they give Chelle a good free hand, because let me tell you something. The glory days of Super Eagles. We all know the glory days of Super Eagles. 1992, 93, 94, within that period.
Clement
Westerhoff. Clement Westerhoff was given total, absolutely free hand. We know that. The free hand started season at the tail end of Clement Westerhoff to Bonfrey Joe. Now, before we got to Bora Michanovic, blah, 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 then everything. So, if you go to Clement Westerhoff, he operates with free hand. And he was able to do exactly what he wanted. And what was the real intention of Clement Westerhoff? To achieve results. And we got that is achieved.
We got result. All right, let's talk about Chukwueze a little bit. You know, you mentioned him, and you even tipped him that probably if care is not taken, he may come up on the scene too on the African soil as far as clinching of awards are concerned. Chukwueze bound for Milan exit despite Parma heroic. Teammates celebrate with Chukwueze, and that's Samuel, as a matter of fact, match winner against Parma on Sunday, and won't sway AC Milan from trying to offload the Nigerian player, as they are expected to submit a new offer for Bologna winner Riccardo Oslini. According to the Super Milan, the Italian giants are expected to offer Chukwueze on loan plus a permanent deal for Noah Okafor to land Osalini after having a first bid rejected. Chukwueze came off the bench and bailed Milan from dropping more points in the Serie A, scoring a 95th minute winner against Parma in a 2-3 thriller. Despite this report, Milan are not giving up on Oslini after the initial approach of the last few days. That's it for Chukwueze right now. What will you advise Chukwueze, and what's your assessment of him?
I think Chukwueze is a very talented player and great one indeed. Offering Chukwueze 18 million euro before the club rejected it, alongside with Noah Okafor to land Ricardo. I think, if you ask me, it's an insult to Chukwueze. Yes, it's an insult to Chukwueze. Because Chukwueze, yes, if he comes to he has not been able to perform optimally with the Super Eagle. There's no doubt about that. But at the club level, like in AC Milan, he does wonders. Take him back when he was at Villarreal. He did wonders. He's one electrified left winger that I keep clapping for. Now, and he has the age by his side. So, if Milan want to take him away or sell him out alongside with other things, at least they should. The club, the fund the other club are offering should be to match up with the capacity and talent of the person of Chukwueze, and not such migrant funds.
Okay. All right, that's this. Let's move away. Our time is moving very fast. Let's go on a quick break. After this break, we'll return. I just want to sip a little coffee before we return back, and we'll now move to what is happening, because there is a negotiation going on for Boniface somewhere around Bayer Leverkusen. We'll talk about that. The NAS team as they begin negotiation with Bayer Leverkusen for Victor Boniface, and that will be after this break. Stay with us. Bayer Leverkusen and, of course, Nigerian striker Victor Boniface, Saudi Pro League giants Al Nassr are saying they have to meet with Bayer Leverkusen and, of course, Victor Boniface, representative over a potential move for the Nigerian forward. Just the Giants club are reportedly willing to sell the player for 50 million euro. Al Nassr are out to sign a new striker either this January or this summer to partner Cristiano Ronaldo, as Anderson Talisca is said to be on his way to Fenerbahce. Is that a good move for Victor Boniface?
Well, for Victor Boniface, it is not a good move for him.
Remember, he's going to play with Ronaldo, who has gone to rest.
Yes, it's not a good move for him. He needed to remain in Europe, where the football activity is very high and the competition is very, very high. Like, okay, this is the first time he's featuring in Champions League. And the first season you're featuring in Champions League, you are targeting Saudi Pro League. I don't think it's a good move. And he's still a young player. Now, outside, that's on individual base. Then coming to Nigeria as a country is not also a good move. Because we need our players to be at the top club in Europe. So, in a nutshell, in my own opinion, going from Bayern Leverkusen, a German top league, a German top club, to Saudi Pro League. Yeah, you may play with Ronaldo and other retired. I use the other word, retired. So, it's not a good move.
Okay, it's not a good move for him. Let's see what's really going to happen right there. But according to Ifeanyi right here, Ifeanyi Eze said it's not a good move for him. Chelsea jump into top 4 with their win over Wolves. Chelsea won that match 3-1, and of course that was yesterday night, and that saw them climb into the Premier League top 4 places again. As a matter of fact, the Blues are now, they came into the home game desperate to end their 5-game winless run. We know what it means. 5-game winless run. So, what do you think of Chelsea right now?
Yeah, I think Chelsea is a good one for them. Congratulations to Chelsea for getting back into top 4. But it's not the end of it. They have to maintain consistency. You don't win one today and draw 2 tomorrow. You don't win one today and draw 3 tomorrow. So those draws has a way of bringing you back. So Chelsea, yes, they've done well. But let's see what happens in the next couple of matches.
All right, let's move away from Chelsea, but still in England. Let's move to Manchester United. Of course, a lot of people are saying Manchester United is not firing from all cylinders the way they expected. Yeah. And there is a statement coming from Ferdinand, who fears that Amorim is set to make mistake. More players are expected to leave Manchester United after the Red Devils loan Anthony to Real Betis. The likes of Garnacho, Marcus Rashford, and Casemiro are all rumored to be attracting interest as the January transfer window near its close. Garnacho has already been linked with moves to both Chelsea and Napoli. However, Ferdinand does not understand the reason behind Amorim and Manchester United potentially selling Garnacho. According to Ferdinand, the Argentine international is one of the few impactful attackers in Amorim's squad. So it is a surprise for him, and he is coming up with a statement. Are you of the same school of thought?
Yeah, no, I disagree with Ferdinand. I think what Manchester United, both the fans, the board, and the ex-players of Manchester United, what they should do is to exercise patience with Amorim. I've said this on several occasions that what they need is allow, just like Super Ego, they should allow Amorim to work. The first few matches of Amorim, he drew, I think he lost. Then the effect of Amorim started showing in Manchester United. So you don't just expect a man to come today and result begin to trickle out from all angles. No. So you allow the man to work. The first time he came, he drew with Ipswich, and then now his results are gradually coming up. His result is gradually coming up. Now again, Manchester United need total overhauling. They need total overhauling. So that those players want to leave, they are not surprising. So they should go if they want, or if the board want, or if the coach wants, so that the coach can replace them with his own type of players. Okay. That is my own school of thought.
All right, we're rounding up right now, but let's talk about the big boys. Liverpool, as a matter of fact, Liverpool, you even gave it to them as the best team in England at the moment. Liverpool, a legend, talking about Jamie Carragher, has advised Arsenal not to sign a £65 million rated forward Matthew Cunha. Carragher said it's not sure where Cunha would play in Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta's team. I don't know. Are you sharing the same school of thought?
Yes, I agree with him. Arsenal at the moment has full squad and almost perfect squad. So bringing such player from Wolves, I think he will struggle to fit into the team. So I advise Mikel Arteta to focus on what he has at the moment, or if eventually he wants to get players, he can get a deadly point man.
Okay.
Deadly point man that can bury half chances. That's what.
Deadly point man, that not just a deadly point man, but a deadly point man that can bury chances. All right, let's get to Manchester United a little bit. We're dwelling more in England today. Probably subsequently, Ifeanyi and I will move from England and we'll go to Germany or we'll go to Italy and maybe probably I will go to Spain. But today, Manchester United legend, we still want to talk about Rio Ferdinand, has urged his club, his old club, of course, to sign Victor Osimhen on loan this January transfer window. According to Ferdinand, Osimhen will help Rasmus Højlund and of course Joshua Zirkzee, as both strikers will learn from the Galatasaray striker.
Yes.
So what do you think? They need to learn from Osimhen.
Perfectly agreed. Perfectly agreed. Osimhen is one striker in the world at the world level today that defenders are afraid of. Defenders. Osimhen is in the class of Terry Henry of those days. He's in the class of Didier Drogba of those days. I am telling you the truth. Osimhen, if Osimhen comes to Manchester United, their goal scoring problems at least have been solved.
So you are in support?
I am in support of Manchester United getting Osimhen.
All right, Ifeanyi is in support. He's my analyst for today. He is in support. I think he's in tune with the former Manchester United player. All right, this is going to be the size of Talk Sport for this morning. And time is not on our side anymore. Would have loved to continue. This is sport. You never get tired talking sport. You never get tired. Being part of the show, and that's how you feel right there. And I'm sure I'm feeling the same. Ifeanyi is feeling the same. Exactly. We would have loved to continue, but we have other wonderful programs lined up for you on global television today. A very big thank you to you, Ifeanyi, for coming on the show.
It's my pleasure.
All right, keep tab on the channel. DSTV, and of course on Star Times. We are live there on DSTV channel 365, on Star Times channel 276. Just keep tab on the channel for more very wonderful programs coming on your way on global television. Talk Sport will come on your way again tomorrow for another wonderful sport information and education, and of course entertainment. My name is Ramsey Enoch. Bye bye for now, and have a wonderful day ahead of you.